They're coming to town, man. No, not her. I mean, yeah, she might be here. I have no idea. I don't really care. But they're coming to town, man. The Kansas City Chiefs, a team that not long ago, Ryan, we thought we had a budding rivalry with and we'd be running to in the AFC playoffs. Well, they're still there. But there's something to be said about a team like the Chiefs coming to town and that measuring stick to see how far off you are. And I was thinking about this as far as AFC teams on how they're built. The Browns are going to have to rebuild a little bit, not a full teardown, but what team would you want to emulate? And it's easy to say, well, yeah, they found Patrick Mahomes. You know, they have Chris Jones and Kelsey and all these other guys, right? What team would you look at in the AFC and say that's the team that we need to model ourselves after? You got to do it specific to your players. You got to do it to who you have, and you're missing the quarterback. You're missing the biggest chunk of this entire puzzle right now. But when you see a team like the Chiefs come to town, it's hard to not sit there and circle and go, what did they do? What did they do? Now, it's kind of ironic that one of the guys that helped build that team was John Dorsey, and he came here and look at him now in Detroit, right? Seems like everything that guy touches turns to gold for a little while anyway. But you watch them come to town, and you say, what can we learn from this? You know, at this point of the season, you got to go try to win a game. You're going to have to try to show up. You're going to have the effort, all that kind of stuff. Can Jameis keep that clean pocket, limit the turnovers, all that. But take a look at the Kansas City Chiefs. And Ryan, I know, is the Chiefs detractor over there, and he's not a big believer in who they are and what they've been doing this year. That's fine. But spread that on out. What do the Bills do that's so good? What do the Ravens do? What do the frickin' Steelers do? Find what these teams do. Start to pattern yourself. And I think they were on that path talking about the Browns, kind of off that path right now, but you get a good look at a really, really good team in the AFC coming to town on Sunday. So get ready for that game. We got the Friday report card, our full slate of games ready to go. Kicking the week off the win. That's how we got to do it on Thursday Night Football. Talk the stadium stuff. Yesterday, Fox 8, Mike DeWine basically said, you guys figure this out. Goes, we're going to pay something at a point, but you guys need to figure this out, kind of taking a step back. It's a good thing maybe not to get involved with this situation from Governor DeWine. So we'll touch on that a little bit. Want to dive into some other NFL things. Yesterday, Ross Bjork, AD, Ohio State, Ryan Day's coming back. As much as people don't want to hear that. And Ryan's really excited to do this. CBS Sports ranked the 12 coaches in the college football playoff from 1 to 12. Ryan's usually pretty good on this. We'll see how well he can hit on that as well. A few other things with Ohio State. Cavs back in action tonight. It's been 84 years. A whole week off for the Cavs. Sad that Strus isn't going to play tonight. Had a minor setback. I don't have many sources, Ryan, but somebody told me they're like, it's all right, nothing worried, and he should play on Monday. So we'll get a little Cavs parlay going for tonight as well as they're back in action. Wait to see on Evan Mobley. He's questionable as they're back in action tonight, and we'll get ready to go for the Browns and the Chiefs. We got the bracket, we got the grid, we got time up, we got the morning update. We got it all on a beautiful Friday right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Good morning. Very happy to have you alongside Twitter X at Matt Fontana Show. We're up on Instagram, Big Play, YouTube, Big Play. Check out our Twitch stream. I got some gaming to do tonight and tomorrow. My wife has a dinner with her friends. She has a family outing tomorrow night. I always say we need to fire the Twitch up.
Yeah, we do.
I have a Twitch channel. I don't use it very often. You want to do it? What are you doing tonight?
I have to make sure I don't swear if we do that.
It's Twitch.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten banned from chat.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Call of Duty for a couple days.
We'll do party chat. I'll text you later. You can
Okay.
try. I do have a Twitch channel. It's at MattFontaine83. Maybe we'll fire some games up.
I also later in the show when we have a little time, I have a surprise list that you're gonna guess.
Okay.
It has
I got a list for Ryan. Ryan's got
it
a
has
list
a
for me.
little bit to do with Taylor Swift.
I
You'll see what I mean
Fair enough.
when we get to it.
All right, fair enough. Presented by our great friends at Fairway Ford, fairwayfordohio.com. I talk about those heated seats in these mornings. I'm like, man, I'm old, Ryan. I need the heat on my back. Gets all locked up, tightened up, but Fairway Ford has got the vehicles all for you. How you feeling about this game? I was getting ready to go, and, I understand every week we would talk ourselves into something, and I'm not saying that Steelers loss, even with being officially eliminated from the playoffs and all that, this week feels different than any of the other weeks that we have had, even at the point of knowing the season is done, right? I don't feel it. I really don't feel anything for this game. And I hate being here. I'm sure the fans hate being there. We'll still watch on Sunday. I know there's people going. My buddy's coming up with his girlfriend, or wife, excuse me. She's such a big Taylor Swift fan. They're going to the game just on the off chance that she gets a glimpse of Taylor Swift.
I think she'll be there.
I think she's going to be there, too.
With Travis's homecoming?
And obviously she's been to Cleveland before.
Yeah.
But, like, we're going to talk about this later. Have you ever had a girlfriend that you brought home to your hometown? Not to meet your parents, right? Like, I'm talking about they're not from the area, you know.
Can it still be in state?
Sure. Like,
I've gone to a hometown.
There you go.
But never brought one home.
So did she take you to, like, this is my favorite lunch place, or this is what I mean, like, what is Taylor gonna do? Travis got to get ready for the game. It's not like he's gonna be gallivanting around tomorrow night. Take her.
Mr. Hero.
That's a great question. Where should Travis take Taylor Swift in Cleveland to really represent who Cleveland is? Mr. Hero.
Hustlers.
Stop that. No, it's not. That's not just a Cleveland thing.
It's not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hustler clubs are all over the country. What do you mean?
I thought Larry Flint's was Cleveland special.
I don't think so. I don't know. I really tell you that. I have no idea. Oh my God. Corned beef. What's not
Slyman's?
Slyman's. I almost said the bakery. No, that's not right. Slyman's. Got to go get a corned beef at Slyman's. Oh, it's delicious. It's so good. Riz used to send me out in the middle of the show.
But I don't like corned beef. So
what
else could I eat there?
Dude.
Is it like a deli?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a deli. And I'm telling you, when they get you a corned beef sandwich, buddy, you're not finishing that thing. Riz would send me out in the middle of the show. There would be days, Riz, I'm really feeling Slyman's because right out, it's just east of downtown. Not Euclid. Whatever. It's right there. Like beer, take her over to 25th. All the great breweries over there. Hang out there. He has got to take her. And I got my guys right here on the corner. She got to go to Polish Boy. And I'm talking about from a street vendor out on the... Could you imagine Taylor Swift and her entourage pulling up on the corner of the street of East 9th, getting out and saying, I need a Polish Boy. She's probably looking like, what the fuck is that? It's delicious. I had a panini this past weekend, like from Panini's. God, I forgot how good those are. Coleslaw and the fries on top. God, it's so good. What else? Science Center, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She'll be in it one day. Walk around there.
I'm going to put that out. I'm going to ask the people.
Where should Travis take Taylor?
In honor of Travis coming home to Cleveland and Taylor Swift maybe being here, where would you take somebody out of town?
This is my
number one spot.
This is my hometown. This is what we do here. Trying to think more like outside of downtown.
It doesn't even have to be food either.
No. And like literally. What do we got? Here's the Metro Parks. I don't know. It's kind of sad because like I'm from here and my wife is from here. So I only had one situation ever in my life. A girl I dated in college. She was not from this area. She was from Columbus. And I took her back home to meet my parents like in Brunswick. And I think we stopped for dinner somewhere in Brunswick. And I was like, it didn't work out for a lot of different reasons. But she was kind of like, this is it? I'm like, I'm a proud Brunswick graduate. I grew up there. But I was like, we don't got much going on here. There's not much going on in my hometown. Like, yeah, like where would you take her? And knowing that it's Taylor Swift, she can go to Marble Room. She can go to Pier W anytime she wants. I'm talking about you got to stop in that corner and get that Polish Boy. That's what you got to do when you bring her back to town. And I love any awkward stories of you going to meet your parents or, bringing somebody home to meet your parents. You got to go meet the other parents, especially when you're out of town. I had a friend that did that. He moved out of town for quite some time, met his wife, got married out of town. And then, would come back. I'm like, where are you going to go? Where are you going to take her? He goes, yeah, well, we'll figure it out. Like, just to your parents' house? No, the full entourage, the full experience, what is the full Cleveland experience? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Science Center, Polish Boy, Slyman's, and you wash it on down with some delicious beer over there in 25th. Or get some garage beer. That works, too. That works absolutely, too. So, we'll send that out. I was thinking about that. She's coming to town and meeting the family. Not meeting the family. She's met... her and
Donna real tight. They're like that.
It seems that way. You know,
Or
that
is it a facade?
everybody says that about here. Here come the text. Yeah. No, there you go. Places to go. No, I don't think so. Like, you got to be chummy with your in-laws, but it's also is the whole Taylor Swift experience a facade. Like, whenever they pan to her up in that press box, it seems like she's faking it. It seems like she's not really that excited. And at this point of a season plus of watching football, I would imagine she's picked up the game. It's not, I don't say it's an overly complicated game, but it's something that I would imagine if she was really a fan, she'd be all in. But you gotta understand too, she has lived her life entirely in front of the camera. There is no point that she ever probably feels like she can just be herself. And knowing that when she walks in that box, that they're gonna keep panning up to her and she's gonna be there and she's gotta fit. And I'm wondering, somebody told me this too. They're like, yeah, there's somebody in the box that like nudges her to say the camera's coming up here. You know, you gotta act like you're, because every time they score a touchdown, you see her and it looks like deer in headlights. She starts clapping and looking for somebody to hug. It looks staged. And I feel bad because this could just be two people trying to make it. And we've all been there before. And you're courting your future spouse. And I didn't have a bunch of cameras with Steph and I. We were hanging out. Went to Dave & Buster's a lot. It was our second date ever. First day we went to a movie and I didn't walk her to her car. She should have just dropped my ass right then and there.
Yeah, I believe you saw Argo.
That is correct.
Yeah.
First date, we go see Argo.
Yeah, you're scum.
I was late coming from downtown work, so I didn't even pick her up at her parents' house. I said, I'm running late.
Jesus Christ,
you better meet me at the theater so we don't miss the start of the movie. We get there. I buy the popcorn. I buy the tickets. We get done. We walk to the parking lot and I go, bye.
Did you kiss her?
No.
Oh my God.
It was our second date. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, that was our first date. That was our first date.
You kiss on the first date?
No.
Yes.
No.
If you're into each other.
And I look back and I told my dad that story. I thought my dad was going to beat my ass. He goes, how dare you? He goes, I didn't raise you that way. My parents go, we did not raise you that way to leave a girl you went on a date with in a dark, it was night. It was dark parking lot at Westwood. I go, bye.
Unreal.
I made a mistake. It all worked out. I'm going to teach my son to be better about that. I will tell him that story one day.
I think if that happened in today's world, you would have never heard back from her.
She would never. I've asked her that several times. I go, why did you even text me back? I go, why? I would have dropped my ass right then and there.
Did you at least text her? Like, did you get home okay?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was like, good night and hope to see you again and all that other kind of stuff. So, yeah, it worked out. I mean, it all worked out. We've been married 6 years.
Did you do the old movie arm around the...
No, didn't even do that. Don't even think we did that.
Wow.
It was a good movie. I was all in on watching Argo, man. Yeah, I was all focused on that. Then our second date, we went to Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's is the cheat code date because even if it's terrible, you're at Dave & Buster's. You can't not have a good time at Dave & Buster's. We had a great time at Dave & Buster's. That was our first kiss, was at Dave & Buster's. So just for your score over there, check that off on the second date.
All right.
Look at us. We've been together 10 years. 10 years, married for 6.
It's a long time.
It's all worked out. I love her very much. I would not be here without her. Thank God for my wife. All right, to the game on Sunday, and we'll take this. Anybody's got an option of where Taylor Swift's got to go this weekend, send them in at Matt Fontana Show. Get in the YouTube chat. I just want to see. I want to see a picture of her enjoying a Polish. That literally. I don't know why I'm so fixated on that. That is Cleveland to the nth degree. I don't even know if she's vegan. I have no idea. But you need to stop in the corner up there and get a Polish boy.
Are you superstitious at all?
I mean, I'm a little stitious. No, and like I would say no. To answer your question, I would say probably not.
Charles brought it to my attention. I didn't realize today's Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
Friday the 13th. Yeah, today is Friday the 13th. So take that for whatever it is. I played the lottery. Is that good? I don't know.
Yeah.
Cancels on out. All right, Browns got the Chiefs in town this weekend. Hopefully that all cancels out. You're going to see this team that is the best in football by some marks. Allegedly. Ryan is anti-Chiefs, which I completely understand. But this is that game that if I'm thinking about what Kevin Stefanski is going to do and what he's going to try to do to get his guys motivated to go out there, it's you're facing the best. You are facing the team that we want to be, that we might face again. Don't go out there and let them get this mental edge on you, right? They're walking in this game, and I listened to all Mahomes this week, and he's nothing but complimentary. He's complimentary of Jim Schwartz and certainly complimentary of Myles Garrett. They're smart from that. They don't ruffle feathers before the game. They get that. But they're coming to town going, we're going to wipe the floor with these guys. But then you also look at the Chiefs who struggle with the Panthers and the Raiders and like all these games. They're not blowing teams out. And I just think, and it's going to allow my mind to wander for a second. Let's say this season really only is 4 wins and you finish 4-13, all right? What if 3 of those wins were the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Steelers? Not all wins are equal. Not everything when you think about the team, and certainly can go the other way. This guy was missing or this guy was injured or whatever. But like, think about that motivation to try to capture. What I'm getting at is I just want to belong. I just want to feel like this team can belong. And I know right now this season is done and we've had horrible losses and all that. But this team needs to fight for their position to feel like they belong. And I think they did that against the Steelers. And I think they did that against the Ravens. And yeah, the Steelers got us back. And we gave everything we could in that Denver game, right? You're back at this again. Go out there and show that you belong. And show that you should be on the same field as some of these elite guys. And we still have elite guys on our side, certainly. But that's my fight for Sunday. That's really what's keeping me going for this game. Is to go out there. Does it mean all that much if we beat them? It does to me. I don't care what our draft pick is. Wherever it is in the top 10, it's going to be really hard to see us falling out of the top 10. Take that pick wherever it is. Go out there and show that you can do it. We had a nice discussion on the show this week about the hope and the belief, which is what I really think was stolen from this team with Deshaun Watson. They lost that hope. They lost that belief that they could do what they did last year. Try to recapture some of it. And I hate that it's all about getting ready for next year or just trying to prep an off season. And yeah, there's inherent conversations already being had about shutting guys down, and we've discussed that, and they've got injuries, and Njoku's not going to play in this game. I get it. Like, it's tough. Just go out there and just show it. Just show something. Show some life. And it's going to be on the arm of Jameis Winston. You're going to have 2 guys. Mark this down for our parlay, Ryan. Interception from Mahomes and interception for Jameis Winston. I think that's a pretty fair bet going into Sunday, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, that's what you're going to have to do. Get after it on the side. DJ Humphries might play. All that kind of stuff getting ready to go for the Chiefs and the Browns. We'll get to the Friday report card coming up in a little bit. I just got to have that belief. I'm not going to go into Sunday lame duck. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't mean anything, because it does. And I understand it's going to be a tough fight. You're at least at home. Find a way. Yeah. I just want them to belong, Ryan. That's it.
You're not projecting your childhood insecurities on the Browns right now, are you?
What do you mean?
You just want to belong?
Just want to belong. It was easy for me. I was the oldest.
Okay.
It was easy for me.
Okay.
It was never a fight there. I was the oldest, so that was a little different.
Yeah.
I talked to my 4 brothers after me. Maybe that was a little bit different. I don't know, but I was the oldest, so I say it was easy skating for me, but it was. I was the oldest. It is what it is.
Fair enough.
Here it is. All right, yesterday, Mike DeWine, Fox 8, got a chance to talk to the governor.
He's a nerd.
He's a politician, man. I don't know what to
He's a
tell
nerd.
You. I don't know what to tell you. By the way, things are starting to come down on that Johnson guy, that rep that put that OHIO. I got picked up fast. So yesterday, Fox 8 got a chance. Oh, my God. You see this story real quick, too? They found fentanyl inside of dolphins in the Gulf of Mexico.
Interesting.
Traces of fentanyl were found inside bottlenose dolphins that were found, unfortunately, dead in the Gulf of Mexico, raising concerns that the deadly drug may be affecting other sea life. They studied 89 dolphins in 3 different areas, 83 of living, 6 were found dead. Of the 89 dolphins studied, 30 of them had traces of drugs, 24 of them traces of fentanyl.
Wow. That's not good.
I'm assuming it's just going into the water, right? Like when they're running in or whatever. I don't know. That's another story on Fox 8 this morning, not the story I was trying to get to anyway. So Governor DeWine was asked about the money, because I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again on the stadium thing. The Haslams don't have the money yet. It doesn't mean that they won't find it. They could put out whatever rendering they want. By the way, did you see from Daryl? They shifted the rendering. They turned the stadium in the second rendering.
How so?
It was facing this way in one, and now it's facing this way in the other.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what that means, it's a different rent. So they can put out whatever rendering. They can hire that development corporation that they did. But right now, today, there is no money. They do not have enough money to get it done. Asked first from Fox 8 to Governor DeWine, what can you tell us about the public funding for the new Browns Dome? He said, well, look, we're going through the process. As we know, $2.4 billion. They want $1.2 billion funded from the Haslams, $1 billion up to the adjacent development will be privately funded. DeWine has spent some time in Northeast Ohio getting a closer look at the site and plans for it. He dropped a candidly. Of course he did. DeWine said, candidly, many times these involve requests to give money. So I want to better understand what everyone's plan is so that I know what I'm doing. We're hearing $600 million is what the state wants to give. Is that an accurate figure? Asked from Fox 8. The governor? No decision has been made. Then there was another part because they gave money to the Guardians to redo the stadium and all that kind of stuff. It kind of made it sound like, figure this out on your own. This is between the city and the Cleveland Browns to try to find a way to come to some sort of agreement. I'll hold my breath on that one because they're just going to keep fighting this out and trying to figure out what is best. Eventually, yeah, the city is going to have to, I don't want to say draw a line in the sand, but like, what are they going to do? They've made it known. The county has come out and said no. And you basically now, what I'm reading is that Governor DeWine is just going to sit there and go, you guys figure it out. We're going to give some money either way. I want to find the exact quote here. So right now, the Browns bringing in the money. We know that. It would benefit. They found local leaders in downtown businesses that said the Browns are still trying to win the support of downtown business people. Good luck with that. What are they going to sell them on? Ryan, you and I own a bar downtown.
What's it called? Puzzles?
I like that name. I do love puzzles. Do you imagine a bar you can just sit down and do a 100-word puzzle while you're sitting there?
Why is it called Puzzles?
I don't know.
That's the puzzle.
Well, there you go.
It's from How I Met Your Mother. Great show.
Oh, okay, good. My only thing, if I ever owned a bar, we're going to put a TV in the corner that just, there's a rack of DVDs, and we're just going to play movies. You can have the sports on. One of the best bars I ever went to in Chicago, I sat down, they had that. Dark Knight had just started. I go, we're not leaving this bar for 2 hours. And I sat there, and I drank, and it was fun, and I just sat there and watched The Dark Knight. So Ryan and I own a bar, Puzzles, in downtown. If the Browns came to us, we're stacked on Sundays. People are there. They're enjoying, they're eating, they're drinking, they're having a great time. How would I listen to a conversation that this is good, that you would go to Brook Park? What would they pitch? Well, we'll bring more events. People will hang out downtown. Ryan, Taylor Swift's got a concert at 7 o'clock in Brook Park.
Mm-hmm.
Would people be downtown past 5 o'clock? No.
No, probably not.
Got to get your Uber. You got to get on the RTA. Oh, you should take her on the RTA. Please tell me Travis is going to throw Taylor on the red line here.
We got a couple submissions.
Please.
Charles said Mitchell.
Oh,
Mitchell's.
Yes.
Nick says the Steelyard Walmart.
No. You know my history with the Steelyard Walmart.
Do I?
I told you.
I don't recall.
I don't think I've ever actually told people on the air don't know.
I don't think you told me that.
I've never told. No, I told you.
No, I have a good memory.
People off the air know.
I have a pretty good memory. I remembered what movie you first saw on your first date.
I'll give you that.
I think I would remember a story about Steelyard Walmart.
That's where they took my stolen car.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, why were you at the Steelyard Walmart?
I wasn't there. My car was somewhere else.
Oh,
and it got taken there by the guy that stole my car.
Okay.
I never said that on the air, that my car got stolen. For as bad as last year, I got my car stolen. I tore my arm out.
Also,
but I am here now. So
Chris says the free stamp.
I mean, of course, the Cleveland sign. You got to take her to that out there. And my wife and I have our wedding pictures at the Cleveland sign, as we always do. So yeah, get her on the RTA. But like back to the business part of people downtown. You're gonna go to them and be like, hey, we drum up all this business. You can't buy that. Here's the line. DeWine, the one I'm searching for. I know we're gonna be asked for money because we're always asked for money. Okay, Dad.
I told you he's a nerd, bro.
I want our decision about that to be an informed decision. That's all we're doing. No, there was another one. There was a line that he said about basically this is a very complex process. Wait a minute. No decision has been made. We talked about that. There was a line that made it really feel like that they're like, figure this out on your own. Anyway, so it's going to be a long process. I know people are frankly sick of hearing about it. I kind of am too. But you're at an impasse still because they don't have the money, and the people that they would probably get it from the easiest aren't playing ball. So could they go somewhere else? Sure. And that's why I don't understand why they can't find other billionaire investors and real estate people to cut them a couple of checks and pay that loan. That they want bonds. What they want is bonds. And what that is, you get the money up front, and then you pay those bonds on back later through taxes, through parking, through all this other kind of stuff. We'll see. But it's interesting that, of course, DeWine was going to come out and not pick a side. He can't right now. He's literally just going to be, you guys figure this out. You come with your money request when you're ready for it. We want detailed plans. We want all this stuff. And they'll make the decision eventually. They're going to get involved. No matter what, the state is going to be involved. Whether it does go to Brook Park or whether it stays downtown, that money figure will be there. It's all our tax dollars. It kind of is what it is. All right, I want to flip over to college before we get to the Friday report card coming up. Couple of things. So number one, yesterday, Ross Bjork, was he on 97.1? I think he was. Ryan Day will be the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes week 1 next year. And that's something that I think obviously is one that shuts everything down. It's not going to stop people from being upset about it. I also don't think it changes much. We all were kind of wrapped up in he's got to win a national championship to come back. And think about how crazy that statement is, right? You have to go win a championship to keep your job. And I get that he doesn't have the accolades of some of these other guys. And I was trying to equate it to a pro coach. Could you imagine the Chiefs going to Andy Reid and going, if you don't win the Super Bowl this year, we don't know if you're coming back. Now, the difference is Andy Reid's got multiple championships and all that kind of stuff. But, like, you know, honestly, the one I thought about was Matt LaFleur, okay? He does not have a championship. He's not even been to one. But he's a comparable guy to Ryan Day. They win a lot. They've had a lot of successes, but they don't have the championship yet. Could you imagine the Packers going to Matt LaFleur and saying, if you don't win the Super Bowl this year, you're not coming back next year? I just think that's just such a lofty goal. And that's something of me that I've said I'm fine with Ryan Day. If he wants to come back, if they want him back, I don't think it's a bad idea. But also, this was nothing more than trying to snuff this out for the playoffs. There is still a world. They get smoked by Tennessee. I think if they advance, that's a little bit different, but still. It's like what the Haslam said about Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Barry the other day. They had to say that. What else was he going to say? If he came out and goes, yeah, you know, we like Ryan Day, but we'll view all options after, that's going to light fires. He needs this team laser focused on the task at hand. They're in action a week from tomorrow. The week before the game, you can't sit there and leave any shadow of a doubt. Now, other people will get upset. Let's say after this all goes down, they eventually part ways. People say, oh, look, he lied. He lied. He didn't say what he was really saying. Who cares? Who cares? For what they need right now, and frankly, what I want as an Ohio State fan is what Ross Bjork did yesterday. Give that confidence. He's coming back. Focus on this game, and we'll deal with everything else later. That's got to be what it is. You can't take anything away from what this game is, a little focus. And I get that it's already a bunch of other stuff out there, and it's hard because it is so much on this playoff run, which I get, but don't add fuel to the fire. I think that's all Ross Bjork was doing yesterday. Now, did he have to go to the extent that he did to say he's coming back week 1? Not necessarily. He could have given we like Ryan Day, or he said that. He goes, Ryan and I really hit it off and all that. He went to an extreme to try to calm some of this down. I think that's what he had to do. That's what he did. Ryan, I don't read too much. I'm not an Ohio State fan, but like I don't know. Give me the outside perspective on that. The AD comes out and he says Ryan Day's coaching week 1 next year.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in saying anything other than that. But what's interesting about it is now you're seeing more dominoes fall of, let's say, worst case scenario for the Buckeyes. Ryan Day loses to Tennessee in the first round, right? Everybody would be calling he has to get fired. There's no other option. But Matt Campbell just got like a fat extension with Iowa State. That was one of the potential people that they were linking. Vrabel's not coming back.
No.
And Urban Meyer, I'll believe that when I see it. No way he actually will come back. I don't buy that.
No, he came out and he said he's done.
Did he?
Yeah, he came out, he said he's done.
So other than that, unless you're getting Marcus Freeman, who I don't know.
Heartline didn't get the West Virginia job.
You're not putting.
I don't think you're promoting Ryan.
You said, Ohio State's not a place you learn the job. That's a place you come.
Right. You don't, or it might even be Bo. You don't learn at Ohio
So who are
State.
you going to get? Who are you going to replace Ryan Day with? The options are limited. There's a world where Buckeyes fans would have an aneurysm. You lose in the first round. Ryan Day still has a job.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to promote Chip Kelly. I'm not trying to do that. Honestly, I'm not even joking. There's only one name. There's only one name.
That you would take?
Not that I would take. There's only one name that actually I think works.
Is he a college coach right now?
Oh, yeah.
Head coach, obviously?
Yeah. And you ain't going to get him. There's no way you're getting him, but there's only one that works.
Are you going to say Dan Lanning?
Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
That's it.
Of course that's not gonna happen.
Literally, that is it. I don't want Daboll. I don't want Kirby. I don't want Kalen DeBoer.
Bro.
What?
You're saying you wouldn't take Kirby Smart?
I probably would.
Yeah,
I probably
on now. That was ridiculous.
I probably would. But I guess just for my own thoughts, Dan Lanning's about it. And you're not getting him. There's enough Phil Knight money getting pumped into Oregon, you ain't getting him. So
what's interesting is you probably, and I don't even know if you would want this guy, but you missed out by a year. You could have had Kalen DeBoer.
Is he all that good, though? I mean, it's hard because
know.
you're going from Saban to him. But, yeah, he turned Washington around. You obviously see that's also a mark of a coach when you walk away from a program and they just go right to poop. And granted, a lot of guys transfer. Penix wasn't there anymore, which I get. Like Lincoln Riley. Look, everybody thought he was going to do everything, all this big stuff. Yeah. That Brett Venables hire, I didn't like that when they got it at Oklahoma, and boy, has that not turned out either. Here's Bjork talking about the Michigan loss. When you first come off those types of things, there's a lot of emotion. Then as time goes on, you've got to refocus, which I think is what he's doing here, because you know what you've done in the past does not affect what's going on moving forward. Everything is still out in front of us. And he's buying into, let's try to go win this championship. Let's do all those things. So I appreciate what he did yesterday. Is it actually going to calm people down? I don't know. Is a win over Tennessee going to calm a lot of people down? I don't know. But I've adopted, I'm not going to tell other people how to feel. I'm not going to sit here and argue with people about why a win over Tennessee should make you feel better about the Michigan loss. I know how I feel. I want the Buckeyes to go win a national championship, and I think they have a chance to do that. If the defense plays as well as they have been, if you could, I don't know, throw the ball to Jeremiah Smith a couple of times, there's a chance they go win a national championship. Yeah, the way the rest of the bracket is played out is a punch in the gut, and it'd be easier to do that. But also, go the hard route and really prove to some people. Can you imagine if they go to the national championship through the hardest path? Then it becomes not even a starting question about Ryan Day. That's extension Ryan Day. You go through Tennessee and Oregon and let's just say Texas, right? I don't think it's going to be Georgia. Or no, Texas wouldn't be there either, right?
You would beat Tennessee. It depends. Texas is probably going to beat Clemson. Well, you'd have to face Oregon first.
That's what I'm saying. You go Tennessee, then you go Oregon.
Tennessee, Oregon,
then
probably
you go
Texas, and then probably whoever on
Natty
the other
would
side.
be Penn State. I don't think it's going to be Georgia if Carson. I know you
Bro,
like the
he's better than Carson Beck.
I know. He's better according to Ryan. But you go the hard route, then you're talking extension for one Ryan Day. But I just thought that was interesting that he came out yesterday and gave that. All right, Ryan, you ready? Because we're going to do the 1 through 12. Coach, I'm going to give you a quick second to think it all through. Because on the list of car dealerships, there's only number one, and that is Fairway Ford. FairwayFordOhio.com is the place to go. 300. Think about that. You know how big that lot has got to be for 300 F-150s? And it's not just F-150s. It's 1,000 cars. I'm going to say 1,000. I don't know the exact number. 300 F-150s. So many commercial vehicles. The Escapes, the Explorers, the Edge, the Mustangs, the Broncos, they're all there, and the Christmas sale is going right now at Fairway Ford. Rates as low as 1.9% for 60 months, no payments for the 90 days potential, and money off. I ran through it yesterday, and it's bad that I do this. I go to Fairway Ford, Ohio, and I just see these beautiful vehicles, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 off MSRP. And right now, they have a lot of these demo vehicles where you're going to get money off of that. The one demo vehicle Ryan saw had 4,000 miles on it. 4. They don't say engines get broken until 10,000. Nothing. And you're getting money off because it was a demo special. You're going to get money off because that's what they do at Fairway Ford. They're not afraid to make deals. That's it. They're not afraid to make deals. They are the largest Ford truck dealership in the state of Ohio. They have people come from all over to Canfield to get the deals that they're looking for, the rates, all of it. Don't forget, we're getting close. Hey, you want to kick off that Ohio State Day? Go on out to Canfield for Fill the Trunk. They are going to do December 21st, 10 to 2. Take your pet out there if you want. Get your pictures with Santa. They're going to fill the trunks for the Animal Charity of Ohio. So that'll be on a week from tomorrow. Head on out, 10 to 2, fill the trunks for the Animal Charity of Ohio. And Fairway Ford, 20 years family-owned and operated, amazing service department. And I'll tell you this, non-pushy salespeople. I hate that. I'm coming to your business, trying to spend a lot of money to buy a good vehicle here. They don't push you. They don't pressure you. They don't make it awkward. They really do have your best interest at heart. And even if it comes that they don't have the right deal, which I doubt, they don't have the right vehicle, they'll find you the right vehicle, they can build it for you and do whatever they want. They're there for you because they're not desperate to make sales. They're just willing to make sales. That's powerful, man. That's important stuff with our friends at Fairway Ford. So go check them out. Just start your search at fairwayfordohio.com. That is fairwayfordohio.com. All right, ranking the 12 college coaches in the playoff from Chip Patterson.
Nice name.
I'm assuming it's Charles. Do you want to start at 12?
No.
Or at 1?
I'm going to start at 1.
Okay. The best coach in college playoffs, number 1.
I still think it should be Kirby Smart.
It is Kirby Smart. 2 national championships. How can you deny it?
Yeah.
It is Kirby Smart.
Put some respect on that man's name.
Put it. Number 2.
I think at this point, it has to be Daniel Lanning.
He says that it's bold to give this to Lanning.
I don't think
but
it
he
is.
does, and I kind of agree. He said it's not hard to argue with the results. He's 35-5.
Yeah.
But
he's that dude.
They haven't, correct me if I'm wrong, they've not been in a national championship, right?
Not since, not with the new format.
No, that's what I'm saying. Not like under Dan Lanning.
No. They haven't been since Marcus Mariota when Ohio State beat him.
They've been to the playoffs, right? Did they go last year?
No.
It was Michigan.
No, it was Michigan, Washington, Georgia, and it might have been Oregon.
I think they made it last year. Hang on, record and results.
With Bo Nix, was he in the playoff? I don't remember.
I think he was because they lost. Semifinals last year.
Yeah, okay. They lose.
No, it was Washington. It was Penix. That's right.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry. Washington. It was Michigan, Alabama, Washington, Texas. The year before, TCU, Michigan, Georgia, Ohio State. Year before that, Alabama, Cincinnati, Georgia, Michigan.
Yeah.
So again, he's not even made the playoff. Okay. That changes things a little bit. All right, so Dan Lanning is 2. Number 3.
Is it Ryan Day?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are they still doing tricks on Dabo?
It is Dabo
Boo.
Swinney. He goes, we're going purely on resume. Then Dabo should be number 1 on this. 2 national championships and 2 runner-ups. He's the most accomplished college football playoff coach in the field. But he's on a bit of an island based on how his team is currently constructed.
Yeah.
So Dabo is number 3. Number 4.
Has to be Ryan Day.
66-10 at Ohio State. Ryan Day. 4 college football playoff appearances in 6 years. And 1 national championship appearance, right?
Yes, they got smoked by Bama.
That's right. That's right. But Ohio State has also fallen short of winning the Big Ten in each of the last 4 seasons, despite expectations to do so. His career is filled with narrow margins of what ifs, going back to the 2022 Peach Bowl. But the results have him losing some tiebreakers other coaches on the list. I think 4 is fair for Ryan Day.
Yeah.
All right, number 5.
All right, this is where it gets a little dicey.
It's a little dicey here.
I'm going to guess that it is, well, they clearly like past history in these rankings. So I got to factor that in.
You probably need to pull the list up of all 12.
No, I think I know them.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
But I don't think there would be one that do you think this one where you're ranked number 5 is one that people might not know?
No. They know this guy.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm going to go, well, I don't want to go this because he sucks, but did they put James Franklin?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. Is it Sarkisian?
It is Steve Sarkisian at number 5. He is one. I thank God I don't play the stock market. Ryan, I'd have put a lot of stock in the Steve Sarkisian game. And I know he has battled substance abuse and all that other kind of stuff and all the other, Washington and USC and all that other kind of stuff. I thought he was going to be the next big thing. And I guess he's got time. He's got his team in the playoff and all that kind of stuff. But I would have put good money in Steve Sarkisian back in the day. Thank God I didn't. All right, so he's at number 5. Number 6.
I just want to get James Franklin out of the way.
He's not James
I
Franklin.
love the disrespect. Rightfully so disrespect. Okay.
And this is a little, I think, disrespectful to him of who they put at 6.
He should be higher?
I don't want to say higher, but it's the fact that this guy is obviously higher than James Franklin. Could be taken as a shot.
Okay.
I'm dropping you a nugget there.
How is that a nugget? I'm just going to guess. I don't think I'm forgetting like anyone, so I'm going to go. If this is based off history, it's not great, but did they put Kurt Signetti?
Signetti is 6.
Okay.
Isn't that a shot at James Franklin?
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
All right, number 7.
James Franklin.
James Franklin. Who would you rather have?
Yeah. I mean, at this point,
I'd take Signetti too.
Yeah, I'd take with Franklin. He's proven he can't do it.
I am telling you, I think James Franklin sucks. I really do. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I know he probably recruits well. Not my cup of tea. He's the Big Ten coach that I'd be looking at saying that guy needs, that should be a change there. I don't buy that with him. Signetti, I mean, what's your backup, right? Like, okay, you had this explosive year. Because like anything, you have had these programs that show up for a year because they get the transfer. I'm not saying that Curtis Rourke is on the level of Michael Penix, but look what Washington got, right? And watching Penix at Washington also brings back, how the fuck did Indiana get him to go to Indiana for 3 years? I know he got hurt and all that, but anyway, like, Signetti's got it. What's the follow-up? All right, you got some of these transfers. You have shocked and rocked the college football playoff committee. What's next? And you got to see how they play it out, and you got to see what the offseason holds and all that. What's your second act? And that's something that I don't want lost as Ohio State fans go. They have never had resets. That was always the Urban Meyer line. We don't rebuild, we just reload. That is true. Over and over and over again, through all these recruiting classes, they're always right up there at the top. Always right there. But Indiana, can you keep that going? I don't know. 7 is James Franklin. He's 99-41 as the Nittany Lions head coach. 3 straight double-digit win seasons and 4 top 10 finishes since 2016. I guess, I don't know. I think that's not all that good. All right, he's at number 7. Number 8.
Number 8, I'm going to guess Massillon's own Matt Campbell.
No.
Okay. I'm going to guess Tennessee Josh Heupel.
No.
I'm going to guess, I'm running out of options here. Rhett Lashke? Spencer Danielson? Who am I missing?
There's only one left.
What team? Oh my gosh. What team am I forgetting?
I don't want to give it to you. You said earlier, you're like, no, I think I got them all. It's a glaring one. You're missing a big one. Everybody knows this guy.
I just can't think of the team.
Once you get the team, you get the coach. Okay, you got Alabama. Or no, sorry, I'm sorry.
Alabama's not in.
No, I'm saying you got Georgia, done. You did Texas, you did Ohio State, you did Penn State, you did Indiana. You already mentioned Iowa State. You already mentioned Tennessee.
I mentioned SMU. I mentioned Boise State.
Only one left. Who's the last team that's in there? Literally. I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to watch you squirm.
Okay, wait.
There's only one team left.
Ohio State plays Tennessee. Penn State plays Indiana.
Yeah.
SMU plays... Can you throw me a bone?
No,
who do they play?
You shouldn't need one.
SMU plays... Oh, my God.
Finally.
Kind of disrespectful, honestly, but he's young. Marcus Freeman. Wow. I forgot Notre Dame was in the playoffs.
You forget because
I'm running through conferences.
You don't think about it. They went 11-1. They just sit there like, yeah, we're just happy to be here.
Running through conferences. That makes sense.
Marcus Freeman is 8. Number 9.
Matt Campbell?
No.
Lashke?
Nope.
Danielson?
Nope.
Josh Hoople?
Josh Hoople's 9. Number 9.
Matt Campbell?
Or 10. Sorry, 10.
Matt Campbell?
No.
Jeez.
No.
Danielson?
Nope.
Lashke?
Lashley. Number 11.
Matt Campbell?
No.
Wow.
Matt Campbell's not in. Why do you keep saying Matt Campbell? He's not in.
Iowa State.
Uh-uh.
What do you mean, no?
They're not in. Iowa State didn't make it.
What do you... Oh, I'm thinking of Arizona State. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Wow, I'm so stupid.
That's fine. You're good.
Who is Arizona State?
Kenny Dillingham, who is 11, and then Spencer Danielson is 12.
Okay.
There's your list. Not bad. You'd have done better than I would because I would not have even gotten SMU or Arizona State.
Wow.
Do you know this? I picked this up the other day. You know Arizona State was picked to finish dead last?
State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just lost to Arizona. That's right.
Arizona State was picked to finish dead last in their conference. They won it, and they're in the college football playoff right now.
With a bye.
Isn't that crazy? Is that not crazy about where we're at and how quick it are? Yeah, I mean, that's it. So that's your 1 through 12. So Ryan Day comes in at 4. I think that's pretty fair. I think that's all right from where it is. All right, so let's get to the Friday report card. We'll break. We got the morning update. We'll get to our picks in hour 2. Browns, Chiefs. Let's get after it. Friday report card. That is an. Oh, go back to that. I didn't even look up. I was pulling up something here. Go back. That is a young, spry Andy Reid. And you got to do that to my boy? Not my boy.
He's the
Don't
GOAT.
you think he hates his brother? Don't you think he's just so sick of his brother?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, probably. But here we are. All right, there's obviously no debate in this one. It is one Patrick Mahomes. But you look at the TD interception ratio, 2-1, which is basically where it's at. And it's also a little crazy on the yardage for Mahomes. He's 9th in the NFL. Like, is the time of Mahomes waking up and throwing for 350 yards, that might be over, Ryan. I don't know. And, I'm not, in any way sitting here trying to say that I'm sad to see that go. But, he actually has not had a 300-yard game in his last 4 games. And on the season, he only has 2 300-yard games. It seems so different of Mahomes, I guess maybe earlier in his career, or just this seismic shift of what the Chiefs have become. And yeah, they get rid of Tyreek Hill. They still go win the Super Bowl. It's still different for them, but it's they've reinvented themselves.
Yeah,
but it's not with some stellar run game either. They just eke out these wins, and it's really, to use a word of the week here, perplexing to see how they keep doing this.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if it continues, but no, I don't think it will. I mean, you didn't have a single game out of Marquise Brown. Patrick Mahomes tore Rashee Rice's ACL by himself.
Yeah.
And D-Hop new to the offense, and Travis Kelce is he's going to get worse as time goes on. Not that he's bad by any means, but he's getting up there in age. So, I mean, I think if Rashee Rice was still here, it'd be different, but I get what you're saying, yes.
No, and that's where the other thing on Mahomes, which is why it's a good bet. Ryan, I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's riding a 7-game interception streak. Yeah. 7-game interception streak.
I think he doesn't care anymore about airing it out. Not that he ever did, but I mean, nobody's going to ever question how great he is anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a really good point about, he's not out to prove anything to anybody anymore. And they're just playing the game that's maybe given to them. But it's so interesting. Yeah, he's got a decent completion percentage, just not ungodly. I mean, that's pretty good. 68% is not bad. But he's not throwing for all these 300-yard games. He's throwing interceptions, We're going to get to the sacks in just a little bit. It's almost like he's kind of average. It's crazy to think that. So you ask yourself, what are they really good at? What is the one thing that the Chiefs are really good at? And we'll talk defense where they're solid, but that's just why it's absolutely insane to crazy that they're 12-1. Because I just don't know what they do that they, the Vikings will just beat your ass on offense. The Lions will beat your ass on offense. The Steelers beat your ass on defense. Like, I don't know the one thing the Chiefs do really well other than win.
Witchcraft.
Something.
Black magic studies.
That's actually Taylor Swift's new album.
Yeah.
Black Magic Studies.
I mean, it makes sense. Satanic cult worship.
I was just about to say Carlos Santana. She can get together and do a little Black Magic one.
There you go.
A little collab on that. We got ideas here. We are going. For Jameis, we know the story there. Just limit the interceptions. He's going to try to throw one. And it's, interceptions are all different. The one on the screen pass versus one over the middle with 2 minutes to go. Like, they're all different in the thing. Do you think Jameis is getting more comfortable? I can't tell. I mean, he's had, 6 games that he's had to start?
Yeah.
So, I would like to think that they're starting to frame the offense for him. He's getting more comfortable. The one thing over and over, and we'll obviously do the other positions coming up, I see the offensive line playing better because they know where he's supposed to be at. They know where he's at in the pocket. They can block for him, and it seems to be helping out. We got to get the run game going in this, and we'll get to the running backs here in just a second. But still, the quarterback-wise, obviously Mahomes, I didn't even think he's going to be all pro this year. How could he be?
No, there's only one quarterback that's all pro.
No, they do first and second team, but I'm just talking about either one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, there's no world that's going to be. Actually, if you had to vote on that, who would you do?
Josh Allen?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Josh Allen's got to be one. And probably Jared Goff on the other one, maybe? I don't know. But he's not having a typical Mahomes year, I would say, of what we know, but maybe this is the new norm for him, and he's found a way to reinvent himself, so to speak. So we get very much the edge to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm sorry, hold up.
Yep.
Did you say a spry Andy Reid?
Young, spry Andy Reid. Look at him.
I don't know if I would say that's spry.
I mean, for Andy Reid, he can carry his little weight, so what? Hair's flowing there. He's I don't know.
That was like 7,000 burgers pre Andy Reid.
He does love his burgers. What's
and
that?
His nuggies. His nuggies.
The nuggies. That's just so creepy. And then what's the Fumblerooski?
Fumblerooski.
God, he's annoying. That gets to
I love Andy Reid.
I don't want.
Have you seen that video of him when he was 14 and he was massive and he was in a throwing contest and he threw that shit 80, 40, 60
really?
yards?
No,
Yeah.
I did not. No, I didn't know.
He's the biggest kid there by a mile.
Well, there was. I don't know why this surfaced back up a little while ago, but there was some host somewhere, and he got drugged for this, but it is what it is. Basically saying that Andy Reid's a piece of crap. When you look at his kids and stuff, one of his sons overdose, the other one with that accident, all that kind of stuff. And it was that was a shot that I just didn't think was deserved, and all that. And trust me, the guy that said it's I think got canceled. I just saw that article a couple weeks ago where the guy was calling Andy Reid for being a piece of crap and all this other kind of stuff. It's oh, yeah, you see this guy with the Nuggies commercials and all that. Go talk to him about his family. And it's what does that matter? Wow. It's nobody's business. That's his personal life. He lost his son, for Christ's sake. Let it go. All right, we move on. Friday report card.
I mean, let's be real. It's not really up for debate. It's not up for debate, is it?
Maybe wide receiver, but
No.
if you put tight end into that,
Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins.
fair enough. All right, head coach, it's certainly Andy Reid. Will he ever surpass Belichick as the great? If you assume that Belichick is the best, do you think that he's going to pass him on wins? How many more years do you think Andy Reid's got? How old do you think Andy Reid is?
70?
Do you know that?
No, but
He's 66 years old.
66.
So he can do it till he's 70. Got 4 more years to go. Do you think he's going to pass him one day? I mean, he's going to pass him in wins. That'll happen no matter what.
I mean, if he gets 6 Super Bowls, yeah.
Yeah. How many? So what's he got now? 3?
3?
Did he win one with Philly?
No.
Andrew Walter Reed. He is a 3-time Super Bowl champion. 1-time Coach of the Year, AP. He did win one as an assistant.
Yeah.
But as a head coach. So yeah, I mean, he's got a long way to go. I don't know if they're going to win one this year or not, but he's going to have a look at quite a few. So I don't know if he'll ever pass Bill, but it's close. And obviously, yeah, we'll give it to Andy Reid in this one. We're not stupid because it is, of course, Andy Reid who's the best right now. All right, to the receiving core we go. Leading receiver there for the Kansas City Chiefs is Travis Kelce. Only two touchdowns.
Yep.
Mark that down for Sunday. He ain't coming back here and not scoring a touchdown. You know that. Only 2 touchdowns on the year. The other part of it, 80 receptions. So he will most likely crack the 100 reception, which is crazy because there was a lull there where they started throwing to another guy we'll talk about here with Noah Gray in a second. He'll crack 100. Ryan, he's only averaging 8.5 yards.
Yeah.
He's not quite down the field. I think he's that safety valve. Some of the things coming out of Kansas City that I was just picking up this week, it's not even like he runs routes anymore. They just say, go get open. And him and Mahomes are just so in sync about where he's going and what he's doing. I'm not saying they don't call plays, but you get what I mean. They're so in sync. He doesn't need him to stretch the field anymore, and he's getting over the middle and he's picking up first downs. He got 38 first downs on 80 receptions. Nearly half of his receptions
Do the Browns
go for
even
a
have
first down.
38 first downs this year?
Well, that's just receiving. I don't know. Do you want me to look that stat up?
Obviously they do, but
Yeah, it's not good. Xavier Worthy, I think they're starting to figure out how to use him, but we can't forget about DeAndre Hopkins, man. That is one who I think they are really starting to figure out what they want to do. He already has 4 touchdowns in just 7 games already. Noah Gray, 4 as well. Think about this. Worthy 4, Gray 4, Hopkins 4. Rashee Rice, who hasn't played months, has the same touchdowns as Travis Kelce.
yeah.
Not quite the same as far as red zone threat. But the fear is, too, you got to cover 2 tight ends. This is where I think the mark really starts to come in. You cannot let Noah Gray hurt you in this game, which is crazy because you have Travis Kelce. You have 3 guys that you're going to have to guard in that secondary, and then you mix in Xavier Worthy. That's how they're doing this. It is more, I would say, quantity over quality here because they're all pretty good. But that's going to be a stretcher on this defense without Greg Newsome. With having to put Cam Mitchell in there, if Miles Harden plays, I don't know. But even if you put Denzel, which, again, are we good there? What's up with that? Hang on. Wait, was he cleared? He's not even on the injury report, right?
I thought he was playing.
Yeah, I think he's good. He's good to go. So anyway, Denzel will go on who? DeAndre Hopkins. Then you have to put MJ Emerson on Xavier Worthy?
No, you'd have to put Denzel on.
I think you're going to have to put Denzel on him. You have to put MJ over there.
Which, if you're MJ, man, and you've had a bad season, talk about this is a game you want to go out and prove something.
Oh, yeah. This could be a big one there. So we'll give it to the wide receivers, certainly, again, because of the factors with the tight ends as well. Running backs, it's Kareem Hunt. All the flowers thrown to him this week about it still running hard. 600 yards, 5 touchdowns there. Really, it's interesting because, somebody asked me, why didn't he run that way with us? And I go, I think he did. I really did. But you factor in...
I mean, the Chiefs have the best O-line in the league, probably. Them or the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good. And Hunt's still running fine. He's averaging 60 yards a game. It's just kind of... That's where it's got to go. And I think it'd be obviously a much different story if Nick Chubb...
back.
And Pacheco is back. It'd be a much different story if Nick Chubb was healthy. And he's just not. So we have to give the edge here to the running backs. No questions asked. All right, you head over to the offensive line. You're right.
Their offensive line is so good.
And they might get even better if they can get DJ Humphries ready to go for this game. So here's where you stand with their offensive line. Humphries, who again is most likely to come back. Joe Tooney, left guard, one of the best in the NFL. Creed Humphrey is the best center in the NFL. Trey Smith, their right guard, top 10. And then there's Jawaan Taylor. Jawaan Taylor just commits penalties all day. I don't know how they live with him at right tackle anymore, to be honest with you. His grades aren't all that good, but at least 3 out of those 5 positions are elite and stellar. DJ Humphries coming off the knee could be really good. And then you just got to live with Jawaan Taylor, who is actually really good at pass blocking, not so good at run blocking. I shouldn't say really good at pass blocking. He's okay at pass blocking. But that's it. And then our offensive line is playing better. I think with Jameis in there, I think the health is getting better. But again,
It's not close.
I agree. I don't think this is really particularly close.
No,
I think this
nothing
is
on
all
this list is
completely-
close. Nothing on this list is close.
I want to talk myself into receiver, but
No.
it ain't
No.
there. This is very much clearly the offensive line. But again, Humphrey's coming off the injury, potential here for Myles Garrett to get a couple sacks in this game and try to go. Oh, that was one thing I was going to bring up. I forgot to say this. Patrick Mahomes this season of 13 games played. He's been sacked once in every game except for one, and every game -2, he's been sacked multiple times. Atlanta didn't sack him once back in September, and the Vegas Raiders only got one back before Halloween. Every other game has been multiple sacks, and I'll give you this, to the tune of 13 over his last 3 games.
Wow.
Carolina got him for 5, the Raiders got him for 5, and the Chargers got him for 3. It's happening. So I would say multiple sacks should be on the table for the Browns coming up on Sunday. Again, how quick they want to get the ball out with Myles Garrett, all that. You know that that's going to be one of their biggest things on offense, but just take that for what it is on the offensive line. Not all sacks are created equal to. Some of those are coverage sacks when you watch Mahomes because he can dance so well and try to get out of the pocket, but there's pressure in his face, and it should be a game for Myles Garrett to go out and get one.
I hope so, man. Give us something to be excited about.
We got to. All right, defensively, here's where we're at. Chiefs overall 6th best defense in yardage, giving up 310 yards per game total. Passing defense is actually their worst. They're 221, which is 21st in the NFL. Their rush defense, 3rd best in the NFL. Chris Jones has a lot to do with that. They only give up the 88 yards per game. Coming in, Chris Jones, 3rd best. George Karlaftis has been fine. Their linebackers, no joke, they might have the best linebacking crew in the NFL. Leo Chenal, Drew Tranquill, and a guy I've always liked is Nick Bolton. Chenal is actually the 5th best graded linebacker off PFF. Those guys are active, they get plays, and they play like safeties. They're fast, they're lean, they get after it here. So really on that D-line outside of Chris Jones, your only real concern there is that they just eat things up to try to open things up for the linebackers as they go. But are they going to get a Menahu back for this game? It sounds like it. Full practice for him coming off the injury, so that is even a boost there to that defensive line there for the Kansas City Chiefs. Secondary, Trent McDuffie's the big name here. The other side is Joshua Williams. Not great, not also that well. McDuffie is a legit number 1 corner in the NFL. I like Justin Reed as much as anybody as the one safety, but their other safety kind of lacks a little bit in Brian Cook. So they have a few...
chill on my Bearcat, bro.
Sorry, my bad. But still, I really think the name of the game here is watching what the linebackers do. And again, if they get Charles Omenihu back for this game, which sounds like they will, I think that's going to be a big boost there to help Chris Jones out just a little bit. On the injury front, though, DJ Humphries has... I said knee is actually a hamstring, and he did not practice the last 2 days, so he might not be in there. Other than that, they're good. Juwan Taylor was limited, or he was limited, then full. Then I said Omenihu coming off the knee is good to go. And then Butker was limited, but don't they have to activate him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Browns, Bitonio, 2 straight DNPs with the back, but sounds like he's going to play. You see what Joel said about his back? He said the bus ride coming back from Pittsburgh is what got him.
Oh, he's
fucking
old.
Bus ride.
He's
He said
old.
that. He goes, I'm old
He's
and the bus
old.
ride got me.
Yeah.
So you assume he'll go. There's no way David Njoku's playing in this game, which sucks. It's so funny. What did I see yesterday? Somebody was like, I think it was FanDuel, and somebody's getting ready to go for this game. And they're like, this is a big game for David Njoku. And I just sent out the Magic Johnson, like, he ain't going to be here.
I ain't gonna be here.
I ain't going to be here. I ain't going to be here. He's not playing. Everybody else limited at that point. So we'll see how it goes. You might get Cedric Tillman back for this game, which would be nice. And Mike Hall sounds like he's going to play. Kind of let that go this week. So it's going to be an uphill battle. Never said it wasn't going to be. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's catch our first break in the morning. We come back. We'll get to our NFL picks. We got the grid. We got timeout. We got the bracket. Hour 2 upon us. Stay with us.
The Big Play Sports Network. Download the free app today to watch all of your favorite hosts on demand.
I'm Garage Beer, and this is Bobby Carpenter.
Garage beer. Beer flavored beer.
Beef with an F? Okay, my bad. It's crisp and cool, and it doesn't taste like. I'm Bobby Carpenter. I drink in garages because my wife says I don't belong inside. If you like a cold breeze on your bag, drink Garage Beer. It's American, and so can you. Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the Laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the Law. Here's the wire. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
What an embarrassment. A catastrophic embarrassment for Buckeye Nation. Ohio State was a 21-point favorite. And I heard that the line went up as much as 23.5 points in Vegas at kickoff. Can you imagine if you took Michigan with all those points? You're probably drunk after the first quarter. Get this. That is the biggest point spread in the rivalry between Michigan and Ohio State since 1978.
Here we go. What are we in now? Week 14?
15.
15. Time. Just slipping away. Here we go. NFL picks. Let's go. We start the week off on a win. Boy, do we need it, Ryan. All right, math in here. I went 5-8 a week ago. So that puts me at 108.95.
At least you're positive.
Yeah, but I was 20 games up at a point and 5. Ryan, 7-6 a week ago. You are now 96, 107, and 5. That math is math. And here we go. All right, we already got a win last night.
So I need to have like 2 perfect weeks.
Not necessarily.
Or you to just have an awful week.
Are you trying to get above 500? Or are you trying to beat me?
I'm trying to beat you.
Okay, well, then maybe start going oppo. I mean, I don't know. You see what you do on this one. All right, we start things off here. The Commanders traveling to take on the Saints. Commies feeling pretty good about their playoff spot, but this is a must-win game for them. No Derek Carr. I think they're starting Jake Hayner in this one. Commanders are a 7.5-point home favorites in this one. I'm not trying to rip OddsShark here, because you know they do their everybody's got their computer programs, like we simulate the game 1,000 times and all that. They have New Orleans winning this football game.
I don't know about that.
I doubt that.
I don't even know who Jake Hayner is.
Tony Farmer. I know it's a steep price, but you got to just take the Commanders money line. He goes, I don't know if I like it. Derek Carr out. They're definitely without Taysom Hill. Like, okay, he says Derek Carr most likely out. Is that not a thing? I think it is. There's no way. Commanders coming off the bye, get to beat up on the short-handed Saints. They're just 2-4 against the spread at home. They also like the Commanders over 25.5 points for this game. I got to write some of this down to remind me. Commies over 25.5. I like that. Commanders have averaged 29 points per game, and they're third offensively in EPA. coming off a 42-point outing against the Titans and a shorthanded Saints defense in this one. Washington 8-3-1 against the spread their last 12, 8-4 straight up in their last 12, and they own New Orleans in a way. They're 6-2 against the spread their last 8 games against the Saints. For the Saints, just 2-7 against the spread their last 9, 3-8 straight up in their last 11, just 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games at home. Saints big underdogs. The past 20 years, the Saints have closed as 7-point dogs at home only twice. 2021 behind Trevor Siemian and 2005 when they had to play outside the Superdome due to Hurricane Katrina. It's been 20 years since they've been at home at the Superdome. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. They've only closed 7-point underdogs, twice at home since that. So we got the backup situation. It's no real good. Road favorites coming off a bye since 2004 have covered at a 60% rate. It's 7.5. I'd like to buy it down to less, but there is in no world I'll be taking the Saints in this game. Give me Washington.
Who is Jake Haener?
I want to say...
I've seen his picture and I saw the news, but I've just never heard of him.
I want to say... No, you're good. I want to say Northwestern.
Northwestern?
Fresno State. That's right. He played at Washington and then Fresno State.
Interesting.
Yeah. Washington. That's right. He started at Washington. He left there and he went to Fresno.
Well, I will not be betting on him.
Yeah, I would not bet on that guy either, so we'll both take Washington on this one. Sneaky good game here in the AFC South for Houston, AFC East for the Dolphins. Can they try to climb their way back into it? Houston welcoming in Tua and crew. It is the Texans, a 3-point home favorite. Since 2021, though, the Dolphins don't play good teams well. They're just 5-18 straight up.
Oh, the Texans a good team?
They're above 500.
Okay.
Teams against the Dolphins above 500. Dolphins are just 5-18 straight up since 2021 with teams above 500. From Tua's standpoint, teams again above 500. 6-15 straight up, 9-11-1 against the spread. That's it. So I take that for what it is. Tua's back in a dome though, and he likes playing there. Dolphins are 4-1 in his career when they play inside of a dome for this one. Texans struggling right now though. 2-3 in their last 5, including embarrassing losses to the Titans and the Jets. And the Dolphins are on a hot streak, 4-1. Miami's offense is clicking again, now without Odell Beckham as well, as he's asked for his release and he's gone here. C.J. Stroud, though, is going to throw here. Stroud has attempted 33 passes in 4 straight games. He'll thrive against the Miami defense that ranks 29th in drop-back success rate allowed since Week 8. So this profiles as maybe a bit of a shootout with an over-under set at 47. Miami is just 5-11 against the spread their last 16 games, but as I mentioned, they're 4-1 straight up in their last 5, but they're only 3-8 straight up in their last 11 games against Houston. They're riding a 5-game losing streak on the road against Houston. Houston coming in here 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games at home. The under actually is the trend to take. 8 out of the last 12 games for Houston, the under is hit, and 4 out of their last 6 against Miami. I'm going to scrub that. I like the over for this game. And if it's going to be that shootout, I'm going to go with my gut. You're going to give me the 3. I'll take Miami.
I'm going to go Miami as well. I
Houston,
can't trust Houston. I don't think they have much
They
going
might win that game, and it wouldn't shock me in the least. But if you're going to give me the points, and I think it's going to be close, I'll go ahead and take Miami.
I'll ride with you.
All right. We have made proclamations on this show to no longer bet the Atlanta Falcons and to no longer bet the New York Jets, Jets. But they go down to Jacksonville to face Mac Jones and crew. Jets are a road 3.5-point favorites in this one. Coming in, Jets have lost 4 straight and an ungodly amount since, I think I have their last, 10 games up. They've won 1. Beat Houston, that's it. Lost.
Bless you.
Thank you. Lost to Miami, lost to Seattle, and a 1-point noser lose to Indianapolis. Jacksonville, they beat Tennessee a week ago. Maybe trying to fight to save Doug Peterson's job. Before that, a 3-point loss for Houston. I can't make heads or tails either one of these teams. Jets are just 2-8 in their last 10 games against the spread. And they don't play Jacksonville that well either. Jets are just 4-10 against the spread. Their last 14 games against Jacksonville, they're 0-5 straight up in their last 5 games on the road. They've only covered 1 of their last 4 games down there at Everbank Stadium. Jacksonville, though, 5-1-1 against the spread their last 7 games. I got to look out of Ryan on that one. They're only 3-6 straight up in their last 9 games at home. And as I mentioned, they've kind of owned the Jets over history as we go. Jets are 3-10 straight up on the money line. That is the second worst team on the money line, but the Jags are also right there with you. Underdog for Doug Peterson. He's actually 39-28 against the spread, including 7-2 against the spread as a dog this season. Jets 3.5 at Jacksonville. You go.
I'm going to go the New York Jets. Don't feel great about it, but I just can't pick Mac Jones over Aaron Rodgers yet.
I am. Give me Jacksonville. I think the Jets are a monumental head case mess. And I don't see anything going right for them. I see dysfunction at an all-time level. They should sit Aaron Rodgers. They won't. I'm going to go Jacksonville, and that's a cover. Jets might win, but I think they'll cover. Bengals out of it, but trying to claw their way back in. They're in the hole. They're down in Tennessee. Just a 5-point favorite against Will Levis and crew, which I think, is that not bait? Wouldn't you think the Bengals
Maybe
would be more?
At least a touchdown, you think.
You would think. But you ask yourself about the defense. It is Will Levis. Not much going on for Tennessee. Titans are just 2-11 against the spread this season. That is the worst mark for any team through 13 games since the 2016 Cleveland Browns.
Nice.
There it is. Joe Burrow on short rest in his career, they played Monday night, is 7-3 against the spread, and he's 5-1 against the spread in his career on short rest and as a favorite of 3 points or more. That's all I needed to hear. Give me Cincy on this one. I'll let Ryan go here just in a second.
Yeah, I'm going Cincy.
You're going to go Cincy too? Fair enough. Can you believe that? 5-1 as a favorite of 3 points or more coming off short rest. And Joe is slinging it right now, as we know. Cincy 6-1 against the spread their last 7 games against the Titans. 5-2 straight up in their last 7. Cincy 6-1 against the spread their last 7 games on the road. And they've covered 5 out of their last 6 games when on the road against Tennessee. Tennessee is absolutely god-awful. They've not covered in their last 6 games either. Going bad there, we'll both take Cincy. I have not seen a spread like this, Ryan, in a long time. 16 points in an NFL game for the Ravens on the road to take on the Giants.
That's absurd.
Is that not absurd?
That's got to be a record.
I'm trying to look at this. In the last 50 years, the Giants have never closed as a 14-plus point home dog. I mentioned road favorites after a bye covering at 60%. Lamar on extended rest is 15-6 straight up, but just 9-12. On the road in his career, 29-17 against the spread on the road for Lamar. Giants have not covered in their last 7 games. Double-digit favorites started this season in the NFL 5-0. The last 4 double-digit teams, though, in the NFL have not covered. Chiefs were one. Eagles, talking about the Panthers. That is just such an ungodly high number. So how about this? The Ravens have not won a game by more than 7 points all year, let alone 16. The Giants have lost by more than 14.5 3 times this season. The last time the Baltimore has covered a double-digit spread was November of 2022. But they're going to go to Tommy DeVito. I'm going to do this stupid thing here, and I'm going to take Baltimore. I think that trend of these teams screwing around, like, again, the Eagles and the Panthers and the Chiefs and was it the Raiders or whatever, I think that trend gets bucked here. Give me Baltimore minus 16.
That's so many points.
It's gaudy, but I got to take it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Like, it wouldn't shock me if they win by 20.
It's terrible.
I can't, in good conscience, bet on the Giants.
It's terrible. All right, the Panthers, a team that we thought we couldn't bet on for a little while, but here they come. Panthers have covered in 5 straight games after going 1-9 in their previous 10. They have not covered 5 straight games since 2013. They welcome in the Cowboys. Panthers a customary here 2.5-point home favorite. The Panthers, this is the first time they've been covered or favored in 33 games. That has finally come to an end. They're running with Chuba Hubbard. They're throwing Adam Thielen. Bryce Young's got it going. What does Dallas have left in the tank, though? I think they're going to be able to run a little bit more with Rico Dowdell. I think Cooper Rush is finding his way. Dallas 3-9 against the spread their last 12, just 2-6 straight up in their last 8. This is a giant historical one, but take it for what it is. Dallas owns Carolina. They're 11-3 straight up in their last 14. And Dallas is 6-3 against the spread their last 9 against Carolina. Dallas 5-2 straight up in their last 7 games on the road. For Panthers, mentioned 5-game cover streak for them right now. But again, just 3-13 straight up in their last 16, and they're 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games at home against Dallas. Carolina coming in, kept it close with Philly, kept it close with Tampa Bay, kept it close with Kansas City. I'm going to go Dallas here. Plus the 2.5. Nope.
I'll never bet Dallas in my life.
That's a stink. That's my stinky.
Bryce Young's on his Matt
That's my
Fontana
stinky.
revenge tour.
That's my stinky backdoor of the week. That's the
Ew,
one
I
right there.
hate when
I
you
know,
say
I
that.
know. I do it just to annoy you. All right, a marquee game, which I saw a tweet, and somebody is so right on. Why do we have to watch Philly, Steelers, and Bills, Lions at the same time?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Why is that a thing?
And the 2 Monday night games are not very good.
No. We got Sunday night Packers, Seahawks, which is fine.
But then it's like Bears, Vikings,
Then
Raiders,
Monday
and Falcons.
is yeah, exactly. Raiders, Falcons. That's what I got to watch Monday night while I'm going to be flipping the channels between the Steelers and the Eagles and the Lions and the Bills. Yeah. The hell is that? They're just trying to get people to buy the Octobox. They just want people to buy Red Zone. All right, we start with the Steelers and the Eagles. This is at Lincoln Financial Field. A short trip there across the state. 5.5 for the home Philadelphia Eagles in this one. All right, we start. Eagles just dominant at this point. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight.
But are they dominant?
Slow one against Carolina. Beat Baltimore by 5. Rams, Washington, Dallas. I think everything's cooking for them right now. And obviously for Pittsburgh, the only blip on their radar was losing to us, and they got revenge on that, including that big win over Cincinnati. Pittsburgh is 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games, including 7-1 against the spread. But they don't play Philly well. Pittsburgh is just 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games against the Eagles, 6-13 straight up in their last 19. Also, talk about history. Do you know the Steelers are on a 10-game losing streak at Lincoln Financial Field?
Interesting.
Yeah, 10 straight. Philly 4-1 against the spread their last 5, 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games at home. I wanted to look this up real quick. Oh, man, where's the injuries? Because I think Dallas Goedert's out for this game, is he not?
Yeah, he's on the IR.
He is on IR. That's right. He is. Okay.
So, what's his face? Calcaterra or
Calcaterra. Grant Calcaterra. Yeah, that is where it is. The history between the Eagles and the Steelers, Philly hasn't been great it hasn't been great for Pittsburgh. I mentioned they lost 10 straight at home right there. Steelers underdog success under Tomlin. Steelers have covered and won all 5 of their games this year as listed as underdogs. Tomlin in his career as a dog, 64, 35-4, covering at a 65% rate, which is absolutely insane. Tomlin is only closed as a 4-point dog. Okay, so when Pittsburgh has a win percentage above 500, above 75%, he's only closed as a dog of 4 points or more 5 times. Pittsburgh is 3-2 straight up, but 4-1 against the spread in those games. My bias is going to come into this. I'm going to take Philly.
Oh, this is my lock of the week, Matt. Pittsburgh covers that easily. I think they win outright. I think they win outright.
Crap, and I don't buy in. There's a bias there that I can't get rid of, and I don't know why it is. I'll take Philly. The other marquee game this weekend, the Bills traveling up to take on the Lions. Super Bowl preview? Maybe. I don't know. Lions a 2.5-point home favorite as they welcome in Josh Allen and crew. The over-under is set at 55. If it stays there by kick, it would be the highest total in an NFL game since 2 years ago. Since 2019, totals of 55 or more are 23-10 to the under. So take that for what it is. Josh Allen, the odds-on favorite here to win this, the MVP, is coming in. He's minus 450 in some different ones here. Goff at home. He's finished better than 500 against the spread in 6 straight seasons at home. This year, he is 4-2-1 against the spread. And since 2018, he's covered 63% of his home games in this one. All right. Josh Allen's the better quarterback, better defense there. Bills 6-2 against the spread their last 8, 7-1 straight up in their last 8, but they're only 3-6 against the spread their last 9 against Detroit, 6-1 straight up though, the last 7 games against the Lions. Lions coming in 5-15 against the spread their last 20, 10-game win streak. They've won 5 straight at home. You go. 2.5 Lions. Home Bills.
This one's in Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the Lions. I don't love it. I'm going to go the Lions.
I think I am too. I mean, you needed a historic performance from Josh Allen, and you still lost against the Rams.
Yeah.
I'm going to need the Lions to put up points in this one. I'll take you on Detroit on that one. The Battle of the Horses here. Talking track. Go check it out on our YouTube page. The Colts taking on the Broncos. You know the difference between a Bronco and a Colt?
Male and female?
No. Bronco is a wild horse, and a colt is a young male horse.
Interesting.
That is the difference right there. All right, both teams coming off a bye. When that happens over the last decade, the under is hitting at 70%. So that's an over-under thing with extended rest for both of these teams. Sean Payton coming off a bye. Broncos have played twice this season on extended prep. They're 2-0 straight up and against the spread, combined for a 70-point output in those games. Bo Nix so far, 10-3 against the spread, covering by an average of 6.2 points. Coming in for Anthony Richardson, in his career, after failing to cover in his prior game, he has bounced back 5-0 and 4-1 against the spread after failing to cover in his previous game. So take that for what it is here as going out there for Denver, which again, mile high, a little bit different. They were out there early. We'll see how it goes. Colts and Broncos square off in a massive playoff implication game. Denver has exceeded expectations this year thanks to an elite offense and impressive rookie season from Bo Nix. However, Anthony Richardson has been much improved since returning from his benching earlier this year, and Jonathan Taylor is offering finally that significant edge on the ground. Jacob Wayne, odd shark, you take the road team and the points on this one at 4, which is what he likes. Indianapolis is just 1-4 against the spread their last 5, 2-4 straight up in their last 6, but man, do they own Denver. Indy is 10-3 against the spread their last 13 games and straight up against the Broncos. Indianapolis is 4-2 against the spread their last 6 games on the road. Denver 6-1 against the spread their last 7, 8-3 straight up in their last 11. They've covered 4 out of their last 5 games at home. I'll take the Colts on the points here.
No. This is the week I make up a lot of ground on you.
Right.
Give me the Broncos.
All right, Broncos it is. Bucks making that's got to be one of the longest trips. I guess to Seattle would be longer for Tampa Bay. But they go out to the West Coast to take on the Chargers. I would say borderline must-win game for both of these teams. You know, right now, 1-game lead in essence for the Buccaneers in the AFC South. Chargers hanging on to that wild card spot, though. 3 points is your total here in this one. Chargers a team I can't seem to make heads or tails on. You know, I think they're going to show up for big games, but then they don't quite lose. Again, a customary 3 here. Justin Herbert's only thrown 1 interception this week. By the way, he was on the injury report, but it sounds like he's going to play. Jim Harbaugh, in his career, coming off a loss, is 15-8 straight up, 13-8-2 against the spread. This year, after a loss, Chargers are 3-1 straight up and 3-0-1 against the spread. Their only loss came to the Chiefs there. Baker Mayfield, the difference between earlier in his career and more recently, since joining the Bucs, he is 20-12 against the spread. That is the third best mark in the NFL, only behind Bo Nix and Jared Goff.
Wow.
After starting his career with the third worst mark of covering. So they're getting it done here. Baker, in his career, after a cover, which again is hard because it was so tough early, 19-30. He's getting the 3 here. Tampa 4-1 against the spread their last 5 games. They don't play the Chargers well, though. Chargers 6-1 against the spread their last 7, 5-2 straight up in their last 7. Chargers 4-1-1 against the spread their last 6 games at home. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one, actually.
I will as well. Bolt up.
I just look at it from this. Tampa Bay, their 3-game win streak, the Raiders, the Panthers, and the Giants, and 2 of those games. I mean, the Carolina game was semi-close. Chargers have played some cream of the crop teams lately. So I'll go with the Chargers on this one. Patriots taking on the Arizona Cardinals. It is Arizona, a 6-point home favorite. Cards at 6-7, watching it slip away. Now, the thing is, I believe that Arizona is going to win this football game. Are they going to be able to cover, though? 6 is a little rich for my blood. All right, not much there. I mean, obviously, Kyler Murray sucks later in the season as it goes on. You take it for what it is. See the write-up here. All right, New England is 4-2 against the spread their last 6 games, but marred in a 2-10 straight-up hole their last 12. 1-5 their last 6 games on the road. They owned Arizona, but how much of that was Tom Brady? Arizona is 5-2 against the spread their last 7 games, 6-14 straight up in their last 20 games at home. I want to take New England. But I won't. Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona as well.
Arizona it is. All right, to Sunday Night Football we go. A very interesting matchup between the Seahawks and the Packers. So Seahawks get the win that they need last week to keep their hope alive, but it's still Green Bay, a 2.5-point road favorite here.
Uh-oh, Geno Smith's at home?
He's at home, which is not good. Matt LaFleur facing teams above 500, he covers 62% of the time at 28-17-1. That's the third best mark of any NFL head coach since he made his debut. Dominant in December. In his career, 18-3 straight up, 11-9-1 against the spread in December as the head coach of the Packers there for Matt LaFleur.
Wow.
Extended prep, LaFleur 16-9 straight up and 14-11 against the spread. Packers should be getting Romeo Doubs back for this game as well. Seattle is playing better of late, but I don't give them too much credit. They played the Cardinals twice and the Jets in the last 3 weeks. Packers are just in a different tier. They'll take it there. Nick Holtz also likes that. Seattle has struggled to defend the run. They allow almost 5 yards per carry. Josh Jacobs should feast in this game, and he's racked up 8 rushing touchdowns over his past 4 games. I'll buy that. I'll take Green Bay.
I will take Green Bay as well.
There it is, our picks for the week. All right, we'll get to Monday Night Football. We'll get to the Browns coming up in a little bit. Let's not even break. Let's get right to it. To finish the week out comes Immaculate Grid.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, just for exercise.
Okay.
Just for exercise.
I mean, I'm down to do it.
I need to be exercising.
We're not doing that NASCAR one?
You want to do that NASCAR one?
No.
I already saw the key to it, so I spoiled it.
Don't want to do that.
There was a NASCAR Immaculate.
I wouldn't know anything.
Oh, I got a couple of them. Go.
5,000 receiving yards. One of the GOATs.
Go.
All right, Panthers, Steve Smith. Did he play for the Titans or?
I don't think so. Should pick the right one.
Washington.
You think Terry's there yet?
Nah, I don't know. He's either very close.
I would also.
I mean, it's been what, 5 years, 4 years?
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, we could just like
Santana Moss.
Yeah,
He's got to have it. Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. Only 17%. So we must be missing somebody.
I mean, you could go.
Oh, Zach Ertz.
I mean, yeah. I don't only played 1 year there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
No.
Like
he would have worked.
Oh, yeah.
there.
That's probably the one that everyone picks. So there you go.
Titans, Cardinals. Oh, D-Hop works for both of these.
Yeah, but so does J.J. Watt for Texans Cardinals. It's gotten better. Got a little bit better. Okay. Panthers.
That's got to be Deonta Foreman.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I'm like, there's something screaming to me. Oh, wait, that also works for the other one, too. For the Titans, too.
Does it?
Yeah. 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 All right, Cam didn't go to either one of those other places. Jake Delhomme, I have no idea. Obviously not DJ Moore, Kelvin Benjamin. Oh, God. Who was that one safety that they had? Is
Who?
Jeremy Chin still there?
I don't remember.
Deep cuts.
Laviska Shenault.
That's a deep cut.
No.
I know he went to Minnesota. Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams. I don't think so. Miles Sanders is there now, but I don't think he played either one of those other spots. He came over from Philly. Hayden Hurst didn't play at either one of those other spots. Did he play in Tennessee? I don't remember. Greg Olson didn't play in either one of those other spots. Julius Peppers didn't play in either one of those other spots.
Did Stephon Gilmore play for the Titans 1 year? Or am I making that up?
It sounds like I want it to be right. Actually, you might be confusing with the year he's in Carolina, because I think that's what I'm doing here.
Confusing what?
That his 1 year, like when I think of Stephon Gilmore, I think the year I'm thinking of is the year he was in Carolina. Like instead of you thinking he was a year in Tennessee, I think you're thinking of the year he was in Carolina.
No, I mean, I know he was in Carolina.
Do you think he was a year in Tennessee?
I don't know.
I mean, we can come back to that one because we got Deontay Foreman. All right, the Commanders always screw us up, man. They always screw us over here. All right, Terrell Pryor, Pierre Garçon, Alex Smith, Colt McCoy, Jacoby Brissett.
I don't think it was. Andre Johnson, Arian Foster, Brandon Cooks. Washington every time.
I know Washington always gets us. Always. Gets
Dion.
us. Yeah, Dion. No.
Kickers. Joey Sly. Zane Gonzalez.
Fat Randy. I mean, we know Randy kicked in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I want to believe he actually kicked for Carolina. Did he not?
It sounds right.
I think that's right. I know he didn't kick in Washington.
Where was Cade York earlier this year?
He was in Carolina.
I know, but was he in Tennessee or am I making that up?
Maybe. I like Fat Randy for there.
For Titans, Panthers?
Yeah, I do.
Not Washington Titans?
No, I don't think he kicked for Washington.
I think he did.
Oh.
I'm thinking of Joey.
Fat Randy. You'd only be better.
Why didn't he pop up? Jeez. I did not. That was unintentional.
I know. That'd have been so
You know how you're
great
just
if it
thinking of
actually
something,
came up. That would have been
You type
awesome.
out what you're thinking of.
That would have been awesome.
Oh, jeez.
Damn it.
Fat Randy. That was funny.
Fat Randy.
That was funny.
Fat Randy.
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't. Any other guesses?
Who's Rip Foreman?
Foreman. I want to know Austin Hooper doesn't work. Vernon Davis, I don't think so. Cortland Finnegan, I don't know.
Did Fat Randy not? Did he kick for Washington?
Try it. I mean, I don't think so.
No.
I'll give it. I mean, we already screwed the week up, so it kind of is what it is.
Fitzpatrick.
Albert Ainsworth, we forgot about Ryan
And Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
What happens when you don't have anything up going for it?
I know. We do approach it a little bit differently, as we go. All right, buddy. Ready to go? Browns welcoming in the Chiefs. This is a 4-point game for the Kansas City Chiefs coming to town. You would like to think it should be more. I think it has a little to do with Kansas City, who has struggled kind of recently, not putting teams away, but we'll see. Steve Spagnuolo should be able to frustrate Jameis Winston and get some of these interceptions. That's one of the write-ups that I'm reading here. Kansas City, though, is riding a 7-game not cover streak. They've not covered in their last 7 games, while they are 18-1 straight up in their last 19 games. That's crazy. Their last 5 games against the Browns, they've won all 5, but they've only covered in one of those 5 games. Kansas City 9-1 straight up in their last 10 games on the road. For the Browns, 1-4 straight up in their last 5, 2-9 in their last 11. But we've covered 13 out of our last 19 games at home. The road Warriors, or the home Warriors, that we should see. All right, KC beat the Chargers, the Raiders, and Carolina for their last 3, coming off that loss to Buffalo. We know where the Browns sit with everything going on. Listen, I think 4. Honestly, my gut would have said more, and I have to take Kansas City to cover that because I have them up to about 6.5. That's a number where I think we could be at. This is unfortunately, I think, how it's going to go. They're going to get up to like a double-digit lead by halftime, and then we'll score like a touchdown late or something like that. This game, I have this fear it could get out of hand pretty quick. What happens of, I don't see enough of us being able to cover 4 different guys that can burn you on any given play. You got to max out with Xavier Worthy, with Kelsey, with DeAndre Hopkins, Noah Gray is coming on, and then you somehow still have to stop the run game. They're going to sack Mahomes. I'm good for the Browns to get 2 sacks in this game. That is going to happen, no question. Is that going to be an impactful sack, a strip sack, an interception? Is that enough to be able to take advantage of it? The other problem is, are you going to get suckered into a game that Jameis just keeps throwing and they just time of possession your ass out of there on Sunday? If you're dropping back and going 3 and out and throwing it and just giving it right back to Mahomes, what do they love to do? Methodically move down the field. What did they do last week when they had to get in position to kick that field goal to beat the Chargers? They will just move down the field and they will suffocate you to death. Suffocate you to death. Here's the other crazy thing. In their last 5 games, they've only cracked 30 points once. They only scored 21 in that once.
They're frauds.
Ryan believes they're frauds. Would that lend towards your pick?
No, I still think they're going to cover. But, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean,
No,
how many times do we see the Browns have a complete horrible season, they're out of it, and then they somehow get up for a game that they have no business competing in?
Right.
How many times do we see that?
A lot. And that's where again, imagine a world that we finish this out with maybe 4 wins, and 3 of those 4 are against the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Chiefs. That is a storybook. That feels like that's why this is going to happen. But I got to take KC. And I also think they are going to look and see Buffalo's tough game and know that they can clinch out the number 1 seed. I think they can clinch it. I don't know if they can.
They'd be 13-1. The Bills are 11-2. I believe. So
But then they have the tiebreaker.
So I think if they win and the Bills will lose,
I think that might be it. I looked up all the scenarios earlier. I actually didn't see it on that list. So
excuse me, the Bills are 10-3. They will clinch if they win this week.
Okay, so there you go. So there you go.
Because I think.
Yeah, so they'll clinch the number 1 seed. And that'll be certainly vitally important for them. I think the run game is going to be something I'm going to watch too. You're getting Mike Hall back, which is good. They've not been super explosive on the run game talking about the Chiefs, but that's where I just think they're going to wear you out. I think they're just going to grind this kind of game out. I do think it's going to be a lower scoring type of game. I don't think anybody's going to be touching 35 in this game. I could be wrong. But, like, I have that fear with Jameis, right? I have that fear of him sitting there, dropping back, and just getting them off the field quickly. You're going to have to be methodical in this one. The run game, I cannot, like, it's so frustrating that the Browns cannot run the football, and now they're facing the third best rush defense in the NFL. I think it's a recipe for success. And as whatever you think about Greg Newsome, missing him for a game like this is going to be really tough. It's going to be really hard. You're going to have to get a pass rush on Patrick Mahomes. Whether Humphrey plays or not, Jawan Taylor, who's got a lot of penalties and all that, if you let Mahomes sit back there, and that's every week, I'm telling you the obvious here. You let him sit back there, he's going to carve you up and sit there with a bib for seconds. That's just how it's going to go. And that's where I'm going to put a lot on a rookie like Cam Mitchell. I'm going to ask MJ Emerson to turn his season around while trying to cover DeAndre Hopkins. And then when you factor in all this other stuff with the Chiefs and the games they like to play and then the sweeps and the throwing and all that, you want a prop for this week? Wouldn't you see it if Kelsey threw a touchdown?
Wow.
Can you see something like that? He's back at home. And then think about this, too. Do you remember the last game that Kelsey and Kareem played for the Chiefs against us here? They combined for 5 touchdowns. 5. Them being back home on the same team and the Chiefs again, I think lends towards them wanting to put up some points and put up some touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think that's what they really want to do.
Could get ugly.
It could. I hope it doesn't. And we'll see how Sunday goes. Put forth the effort. That's all I care. But for tonight, the Cavs back at home. 17.
Is there no time hop today?
Oh, we can do time hop. I have it. I didn't even think about it. We got time hop. I actually have a lot of movies. You want to do a quick?
Yeah,
All right, let's go. Let's go. Sorry, I forgot about it. We forget about so many things at the end of this show. I'm mad at myself. I blame myself. Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. 1 year ago today, the Browns added Grant Delpit and Obo Okoronkwo to IR. That put their number to 4 guys in 1 week that ended up going on IR. Still made the playoffs. That's what it is. This day, 2020, there was a report that the Indians will begin considering changing their name. Eventually they would, and of course they did. This day, 2018, the Indians traded Edwin Encarnacion to the Mariners for Carlos Santana, and they traded Yandy Diaz to the Rays for Jake Bowers. What a monumental miss that was on Yandy Diaz, but whatever. This day, 2015, the Browns beat the 49ers 24-10 behind Johnny Manziel. Threw for 270, a touchdown and interception.
What year?
2015.
Wow.
2015. This was one of the stupidest ideas the Big Ten has ever had. Do you remember when they did the leaders and legends divisions?
No.
So when they finally added Rutgers and Nebraska and
Northwestern?
No. Maryland. When they finally added them, they had too many, so they had to go to divisions. They named the divisions the Leaders and the Legends division.
Interesting.
Terrible. Just go east-west. That's kind of, I think, what they've done now, but whatever. This is just for me. 311 released Beautiful Disaster on the radio this day, 1997. Jam. Awesome. This day, 1642. Dutch navigator Abel Tasman finds a mythical southern continent when he lands and discovers what? A mythical
continent.
southern it's not actually a continent. He thought it was, but it wasn't. 1642. He landed on the beaches of what he thought was a new southern continent, but it actually wasn't. Just a big island.
Hawaii.
No. He discovered New Zealand. New Zealand. This day, 1636, the National Guard is formed. It is actually the oldest component in the United States military, 1636. Heisman's this day, Charles Woodson in 97, Jason White in 03, Marcus Mariota in 14. Very happy birthday to Indians legend Larry Doby, Ricky Fowler. It's Taylor Swift's birthday, Ryan.
Yeah, Mike tweeted us that.
Did they? Yeah, there you go. Dick Van Dyke, Jamie Foxx, Christopher Plummer, Steve Buscemi, Tom DeLonge, and Cleveland's own and radio legend, Mr. Mike Snyder. I've had a chance to meet Mike over the years. WTAM, he's the best. Mike is absolutely awesome. We'll hear him tonight. I listen to the radio more than I watch the TV, to be honest with you. Cavs games. Tim does a great job. Campy, it's the best. It's all the best. No, not Campy. It's who's the analyst on the radio? Oh my God, why am I having a brain fart? Jim Chones. Jim Chones. He's the
Jones?
Jim Chones.
Chones. Okay.
Chons. Yeah. I enjoy listening to their games, man. It's a lot of fun. All right, I got 4 for you. Ready?
Yep.
All right, start this date 2019.
Okay, Parasite.
No. It's related to sports in a way. And for my money, I think this was one of my first real big streaming movies that made a lot of noise.
Am I just supposed to get it from that?
I don't know. It has to do with sports. It has to do with a certain element of sports. A certain element of sports that we just did like 10 minutes ago.
Like betting? Uncut Gems?
This is how I win.
No. I saw that in the
This is
theater.
how I win, KG.
I saw
Was
that
it
in
in
theater.
theaters? I thought
Yeah.
it was streamed.
I disagree.
All right, fair enough. All right, this date, 2002, a high school related film that has to do with a particular extracurricular activity that you might do in high school. I wasn't in it. I don't think you did it
High School
either.
Musical.
No, but you're on the right path. 2002.
Key Club.
No.
I don't know if that's a movie.
Do you want to guess the extracurricular activity?
It's not a sport.
No. Some people want to consider it a
Photo?
sport. I don't.
Photo? Photography?
No.
Garden Club?
Nope. They're at the football games.
It's about a band?
The band.
Wow, so you're saying band isn't a sport. People will
Come at
you for that.
Come at me for that.
High School Band 2002.
A particular part of the band. Not the whole band, just one thing of the band.
The drums? Drumline?
Drumline is correct.
Oh,
This
is
date,
that a movie?
Yeah, it is a movie. Nick Cannon, by the way. All right, 2 movies, same day, 1996. We'll start with the first one here. This is also sports related and the agent side of sports. Very famous line. 96.
The agent side.
Agent side. Rod Tidwell.
I don't know who that is.
What? His agent was... Tom Cruise? Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Is a sports agent?
Yeah, Tom Cruise plays his sport agent. He's Rod Tidwell. The sport agent is... Show me the money?
Never heard of it.
Jerry Maguire.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Jerry Maguire?
I've heard of it.
Show me the money? That's it.
I didn't know that. That's
All
a.
right.
He's a sports agent.
He plays his agent. He needs to get paid. That's the whole point. All right, final one. I will be so floored if you get this movie.
Okay.
Same day, 1996. This is, I would say, like a cult favorite. Like, it's picked up steam, but I would say in no way do people actually remember this movie. Mr. Jim Brown was in this movie. This was an ensemble cast dealing with an alien invasion.
Jim Brown.
Yes.
Was in this movie.
He was not a major character, but he was in it. Pierce Brosnan was in it. Michael J. Fox was in it. Jack Nicholson plays the president. Glenn Close is in it. I'm going to tell you, a massive cast.
Oh, no. I might let you down, Matt.
That's fine. It's a weird one. Have you ever heard of Mars Attacks?
No.
Okay, it's kind of out there.
Never heard of it.
These, it's crazy. Okay,
Marshall got it.
Did he? Yeah. Directed by Tim Burton. Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Martin Short, Sarah Jessica Parker, Michael J. Fox, Tom Jones, Natalie Portman, Jim Brown, all in this movie. And it's about aliens with these giant bulbous heads that come down and invade and try to take things over. It's stupid, but it's worth a watch. That'd be Mars Attacks. All right, Cavs for tonight. 17's a lot, buddy. I think the play for tonight is you're better on the over. So your over-under is 232.5. Washington comes in averaging 107 per game. We're at 121, but we clamp down at 111 on defense. They give up 123. We just saw Washington, 10 days ago, and we beat them 118 to 87. I don't like the spread. I'm just going to take the over in this game. Even for Washington, in their last 5 games, they've got 3 overs, under, and a push, and they're all 234, 229, things like that. So I think that's the anomaly here. I know the Cavs play good defense, but I'm just going to take the over. That's my bet for tonight. I don't want to do a parlay. It's just too hard to it. It's too hard with them just beating everybody up. So we'll see how it goes. Brian?
I guess I would take I almost said Mobley 3. Max Strus.
Not going to play.
What do you mean?
He's out.
I thought he was making his debut today.
They pushed him back. Came out yesterday. He's out. He came out late yesterday, but he's going to play Monday, so he's not going to play tonight. So I think Ty Jerome let that leak on Big Play Cleveland show, potentially. I don't know. If you missed that interview, go back to the app.
Did he?
I think something like that. Let it go. I know George Yang said something to Ken and Anthony about it, too. So, Strus out, but that's all right. We'll get after it tonight. Cavs are on the Wizards are on a 10-game losing streak against the Cavs. Take Cavs money line. That's perfect there, but I don't know about the cover. I'll definitely take the over to see how it goes. All right, appreciate everybody joining us. Don't forget, Big Play Tailgate coming up for Sunday. Be locked in for that. Be following on the app. Be following on Twitter X, on Twitch, on Instagram. It's everywhere. Next week's an important week for us, right? Very important week.
Yes.
Full week for us.
Yes.
There you go. So, all right, we'll join you on Monday. Get it Browns, get it Cavs. Enjoy the hell out of the weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.